ever. PFL Africa tournament kicks off tomorrow night. And on top of that, we've got some Champion Series action as well. A main event featuring Johnny Eblen, a co-main event featuring that woman who's in the building, Dakota Ditcheva, undefeated rising star in the Professional Fighters League. And there is the aforementioned Johnny Eblen, the former Bellator middleweight champion, competing for a brand new belt at Grand West Arena tomorrow night.
This is Cape Town. I was born in its shadow and raised in its light. The world knows Cape Town for its beauty. They forget we had to fight for peace.
Protests are spreading across.
There's pain in this soil. Yes, but there's pride in it too. We've been overlooked, underestimated, but never outclassed. Because this city raises fighters, not just in competition, in life. We are built different, chiseled by struggle, forged in flame. It's sharp and soft at the same time. Beautiful, but brutal if you grew up here, especially as a person of color. The kind of a place that makes you a fighter long before you ever step into the ring. And now, the world is watching. So, we rise. Welcome to Cape Town, where fighters are born and legends are made.
Sean O'Connell, Jimmy Smith, happy to be here for a momentous occasion. Never before has major mixed martial arts set down on the continent of Africa, and we're doing it, Jimmy, in a very big way.
Every fighter we spoke to understands the gravity of this event and the opportunity in front of them tomorrow night. It's huge.
Opportunity is absolutely the right word. There is now a path to success. It's laid out. It is clear. Every one of these fighters has had it explained to them. Every one of them knows what they've got to do. You win the PFL Africa tournament, you get invited to a PFL Global tournament. You win a PFL Global tournament, and then you're like Johnny Eblen tomorrow night, competing for big-time Champion Series belts. And this has been simmering for a long time. Remember, it was months ago when Francis Ngannou and the PFL brass made the announcement that PFL was launching its third regional league on the continent of Africa. We were going to be scouting, and we have scouted talent from 15 different countries and counting. South Africa, of course, an economic hub, a population hub, and really has been one of the places where MMA first took root here on the continent. That's why we're here in Cape Town.
Yeah, and that's exactly what the fighters themselves understand. We're hearing chanting already from the teams. It's the excitement of not just representing Africa, but representing their home turf, their home country. They're all excited.
And we're just here for the weigh-ins. There's not going to be a fight tonight. Well, there might be a fight on the stage tonight.
We will try to avoid it.
We will try to avoid fights on the stage tonight. Look, it's been an incredible week. The energy has kind of been building over the course of the week. The fighters, of course, had to do their duties, get the photos taken, do the interviews. You and I sat down and we had a couple of great meals at least.
What I love is the combination here of fight veterans like Johnny Eblen. They've been all over the world, undefeated, one of the top fighters in the world at 185 pounds, and the newcomers looking to make their name. They're all in it together. They're all feeding off one another. You saw that at the weigh-ins. You've seen it on the street here in Cape Town, and the energy of that combination is really amazing.
Yeah, it's really interesting because if you're a young fighter, you know, on this PFL Africa portion of the card, if you're in this tournament, if you're bantamweight or a heavyweight that's like, man, I'd like to build myself to world champion status. I'd like to be seeing all those commas on my checks eventually. Well, you don't have to go far to find an example of that level of success. You just mentioned Johnny Eblen. He's been there. He's done that. Dakota Ditcheva is proof of concept. She was a champion in PFL Europe, and then she moved on to the world stage. She became a PFL champion there, and she's one half of a co-main event against Sumiko Inaba tomorrow night because she has become a star in the PFL SmartCage.
Yeah, she's the story of 2024 for PFL, without a doubt. Absolutely unbelievable performances throughout. And like you said, fighters see that and know it's one performance away from the next step, from having every fan talk about you, just like the fighters on the main card tonight.
Well, you talk about the story of Dakota Ditchfield.
Yeah.
We've got the opportunity for some real stories to develop out of this PFL Africa card and out of the PFL Africa roster, because some of these guys coming from incredibly humble beginnings, others coming back to Africa to represent the country of their ancestors, the country of their parents, things like that. Here we take a look at our heavyweight bracket. Look at that. That's 6 different countries represented among the 8 fighters just at the heavyweight class. And then we take a look at bantamweight. Again, a lot of diversity on this card when it comes to whose flag is being waved. Winners advance. Losers will have to lick their wounds and go home. We'll get things started here on the scale, at least, very shortly. Our cage side reporter tonight and tomorrow, Crystal Arnold, is cage side with one of our fighters representing South Africa.
Thanks, Sean, and it's such a special day for South Africa. This is Mandela Day. Doesn't get more historic to have this moment happen right now. And Nkosi, the king Ndebele, is in the house. You've been waiting for this moment your whole life. How motivated are you?
Thank you so much for having me, first of all. You know, this is an honor for me. I thank PFL for bringing such an opportunity here in Africa and, you know, to have his very first own event here in South Africa. And for me being part of it and, you know, having the opportunity to make history, you know, it's beautiful for me as well. So I'm really, really appreciative of that. Also, you know, close to Mandela Day, you know, closer to his birthday. So, you know, it's also part of honoring him as well.
It's pretty special. Now, just give us a sense of the prep that you've been putting in to be ready for today. Did I hear right? Are you in the shape of your life?
The best shape of my life ever. You know, mentally I was happy and excited, you know, to prepare for this event, and physically as well I felt great. It was a wonderful weight cut. You know, I had one of the best coaches, you know, preparing the best meals for me. And I can't really complain, you know, so I know for sure I'm in the best shape of my life, and I'll do, you know, and it's going to show, you know, tomorrow in the ring, yeah.
Can't wait to see the jabs and the stabs. Sean, back to you.
Thank you, Crystal. Thank you, Nkosi. We'll see a little bit more of Nkosi later on tonight. The voice of our SmartCage here for the weigh-ins, and of course also tomorrow night, Shane the Duke Wellington.
Thank you so much, Sean. Well, folks, we are making history here in Cape Town. It's the first ever weigh-in for PFL Africa. I'm talking 14 exciting bouts, 28 amazing fighters, one incredible event. And to help make it official, please welcome onto the stage PFL Director of Fighter Operations, Ed Lima. So let's kick off this weigh-in with a showcase bout in the PFL Africa Women's Strawweight Division between Juliet Uka and Kaylee Niedermeyer. First up to the scale, from South Africa, please welcome Kaylee Smiley Savage Niedermeyer.
Niedermeyer, 5-fight veteran, so still pretty early in her professional mixed martial arts career, but a lifelong martial artist. Karate background, kickboxing background, actually began training at age 5.
Niedermeyer weighs in at 115.4 pounds. Now please welcome onto the scale from Nigeria, her opponent, the Golden Bone, Juliet Uka.
Uka 6-0 in her career, has won 5 of 6 by decision, but her last win by knockout. Has she caught the knockout bug? Gonna look for the finish again.
Uka weighs in at 115.2 pounds.
Showcase bout to kick off the night. Get things started the right way for your first ever PFL Africa card here in Cape Town.
It's official. This is your showcase bout in the PFL Africa Women's Strawweight Division between Juliet Uka and Kaylee Niedermeyer. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we move on to the first round bracket in the bantamweight matchups. And first up, in the PFL Make That Heavyweight matchups. First up is a bout between Abraham Bobley and Paul Emmanuel Naze. First up to the scale from the Ivory Coast, please welcome Paul Emmanuel La Brutance Naze.
You don't have to speak French to know what La Brutance probably means. This man earned the nickname with a violent style. Incredible athlete, very explosive, and he brings it every time.
Naze weighs in at 251.2 pounds. Next up to the scale, please welcome from the Ivory Coast, his opponent, Abraham Bobley.
Bobley has dealt with his adversity his entire life from the rough streets of London. He's looking to continue his knockout streak here in PFL.
Bobley weighs in at 254.6 pounds.
Two monster heavyweights. Jimmy, we've been talking about this all week. These are big boys in this heavyweight bracket.
A lot of fighters cutting down to 265, and you can see it.
It's official. This first round heavyweight bout between Abraham Bobley and Paul Emmanuel Naze. Our next heavyweight bout in the first round is between Abdoulaye Kane and Jaffe Holton. First up to the scale, from Nigeria, please welcome Jaffe Holton.
Jaffe Holton in a really interesting situation. He's been on the big stage before. He's a Bellator veteran. He's fought for a title in the African regional promotion of EFC, and now he's here trying to earn PFL gold.
Holton weighs in at 262 pounds. Next up to the scale, please welcome his opponent from Senegal, Abdoulaye Kane.
Kane so far in his career here for a good time, but not a long time. All three wins by KO or submission, two of them in the first round. This is a massive heavyweight who gets it done early.
Kane weighs in at 264.2 pounds.
So you're going to see a theme every once in a while with these matchups. Undefeated rising star with a little less experience against maybe a more experienced veteran. And of course, whose skill set, whose experience, whose nerves hold out.
This bout is now official. It's a PFL Africa first round bracket heavyweight matchup between Abdoulaye Kane and Jaffe Holton. Our next heavyweight bout is between Joshua Ticha Awa and Justin Clark. First up to the scale, from South Africa, please welcome Justin Clark.
Clark still very early in his pro mixed martial arts career at only 2-0. By the way, both of those wins have come via first round finish.
Let's go, Sandy! Let's go!
Clark weighs in at 239.6 pounds.
Let's go, Justin!
Next up to the scale is his opponent from Cameroon. Please welcome Joshua Ticha Awa.
You'll see why he has the nickname The Hulk, an arm wrestling world champion. Shaking hands with this guy is a workout itself, literally heavy-handed.
It's official, folks. This is your PFL Africa first round heavyweight bout between Joshua the Hawk Ticha Awa and Justin Clark.
Well, Jimmy, as you mentioned, this man, Joshua Ticha Awa, he's already famous in the arm wrestling world on social media through that as well. Jimmy kept asking him to arm wrestle. Didn't go well, by the way.
I did great, by the way, Sean. Thank you. Lasted 4 seconds.
And that makes it official, folks. Your PFL Africa first round heavyweight bout between Joshua Teacher Awa and Justin Clark. Next up is a heavyweight bout between Maxwell Yantunana and Mikael Grogwe. First up to the scale, from the Ivory Coast, please welcome Mikael Grogwe.
This man has only been to a decision one time in his professional mixed martial arts career. Likes to get it done quickly when he steps into competition.
Grogwe weighs in at 265.2 pounds. And now please welcome onto the scale his opponent, fighting out of Cameroon. Please welcome Maxwell Yantunana.
Oh, it isn't just Russians, a background in combat sambo. What does that mean? Great clinch work, great throws, fast leg locks as well. All 6 of his wins have come by knockout. Like his opponent, he's an outstanding finisher. It's not the time to get popcorn in this fight.
Nana weighs in at 264.2 pounds.
12 pro wins between them, Jimmy. 11 of those have come inside the distance. And talking with both of these guys, a lot of excitement building for this featured bout in our PFL Africa heavyweight tournament.
It's official. This is your PFL Africa first round heavyweight bout between Maxwell Yantunana and Mikael Grogwe.
One more look at our heavyweight bracket. Winners will advance to a PFL Africa semifinal, chasing $100,000 in a championship before the end of the year. Losers will have to figure something out for 2026. That brings us to our bantamweight tournament action up next. 135 pounders, opposite end of that size spectrum from what you're going to see from these heavyweights, but that often means quickness, movement, deep gas tanks.
Ladies and gentlemen, we move on to the first round of our bantamweight matchups. And our first bout is between Simbarashe Hokonya and Frans Mlambo. Please welcome to the scale first, from South Africa, the Zulu Irishman, Frans the Black Mamba Mlambo.
Frans Mlambo, if you're a hardcore PFL fan, you've seen this young man fight before. That means you know he's capable of the crazy kicks, the spinning attacks. They call him the Zulu Irishman because he's a disciple of that SBG Ireland gym, returning to home soil here in South Africa.
Mlambo weighs in at 135 pounds. Next up to the scale is his opponent from Zimbabwe. Please welcome Simbarashe Hokonya.
You talked about it, Sean. Undefeated fighters who are untested under the big lights. This is one of them, 5-0, all of his fights on the local scene here in Africa. A big step up in terms of, I gotta let that chant roll because they're going nuts here. But that is the difference here, the step up in terms of promotion. Is he ready? Looks good right now on the scale.
Hokonya weighs in at 135.8 pounds.
A lot of support here in the building. A loud and proud contingent for Hokonya. Mlambo with more than 4 times the pro fight experience of his opponent, who is still undefeated.
It's official, folks. This is your PFL Africa first round bantamweight bout between Simbarashe Hokonya and Frans Mlambo. Next up in the bantamweight division, folks, first round action is between Asiashu Chitamba and Kareem Hinian. First up to the scale, fighting out of Algeria, please welcome Kareem Hinian.
Hinian 4-0 so far as a professional, early in his professional career, had a lot of amateur success as well, where he was also undefeated. Tough weight cut for Hinian early this morning. Had to get on the scale, go back, cut a little bit more. He made it like a pro. He's here looking to advance.
Hinian weighs in at 135.8 pounds. Next up to the scale, please welcome his opponent, fighting out of South Africa, Asiashu Chitamba.
This is a man who took 2 years off the sport. That kind of layoff can break a fighter mentally. He's undefeated since coming back, added tools to the toolkit. We'll see that in the cage tomorrow night.
Chitamba weighs in at 136 pounds.
Both of these guys really, really intense in our conversations with the fighters in preparation for the week. The goal well set in both camps.
It's official, folks. This is your PFL Africa first round bantamweight bout between Asiashu Chitamba and Kareem Hinian. Our next bout is between Shannon Fontonder and Bule Godugu. Introducing first, fighting out of Angola, please welcome onto the scale, Bule Godugu.
A young man who's taken a winding path here to PFL Africa. Long layoff, came back. Not by choice, that long layoff. Had so many fights proposed and fall through. He trained camp after camp after camp, and finally, this tournament opportunity presented itself. He's been ready for 3 years.
Godugu weighs in at 135.6 pounds. Next up to the scale, please welcome his opponent, fighting out of South Africa, is Shannon Fontonder.
Yeah, Wu-Tang said it best, protect your neck. That's the way to go with this guy. All 5 submissions have come by choke. Guillotines, rear nakeds, that's his specialty.
Fontonder weighs in at 136.2 pounds.
Jimmy, you were there. I asked Shannon Fontonder, why has the jiu-jitsu, why is the choke especially come so naturally to you? And he looked at me like I had 2 heads. He's like, how could you ask such a question? It just is.
And it's official, folks. This is your PFL Africa first round bout between Shannon Fontonder and Bule Godugu. And next up, folks, is a first round PFL Africa bantamweight bout between Nkosi Ndebele and Mahmoud Atif. Please welcome onto the scale, fighting out of Egypt, Mahmoud Atif.
The Golden Boy, very, very proud to be representing Egypt. He comes from a city that has given Egypt all of its gold medals, that is. He wants to add to that collection with a PFL Africa belt.
Atif weighs in at 134.4 pounds. Next up, please welcome his opponent, fighting out of South Africa. He is Nkosi Ndebele.
Ndebele took on and defeated UFC veteran Jose Shorty Torres after losing to him once, beat him twice in a row. That is resilience.
Ndebele weighs in at 135.6 pounds.
Let's go, King! Welcome,
Expect some fireworks in this one, and expect a loud and supportive group behind the local favorite, Nkosi Ndebele, as he takes on the Golden Boy, Mahmoud Atif.
Folks, it's official. This is your PFL Africa first round bantamweight bout between Nkosi, King of Many Nations, Ndebele, and Mahmoud, the Golden Boy, Atif.
Mahmoud, that was quite the stare down, my man. What are the emotions going on right now, 1 day away from facing that man in the cage?
tomorrow Nkusi will sleep. The first knockout for Nkusi on my hand.
You heard it, Sean.
Kosi, he just said the first time you will be knocked out is coming from those hands, from his hands. What do you have to say to that?
Hey, yo, I'm the king. I'm not faced by just mere talk. I've worked hard and I've trained hard and I'm ready for this. I'm the king of Africa, boy, and he's not going to come here and try and take my throne. I rule in this kingdom. I'm the king.
You guys were facing off, chatting back and forth. What were you saying to Mahmoud Ateb?
I told him I'm going to finish him. Easy work. I'm going to finish him totally. It's not going to go past first round. Let's go.
Both of these fighters say it's going to be a first-round finish. Do not blink in this tournament fight in the bantamweight division. PFL Africa action at 135. And there's one more look at your bantamweight bracket. Winners advance, losers go home. And of course, your winners chasing $100,000 and a PFL Africa gold belt before the end of the year. So Africa playing host to PFL Africa tournament action, and also Cape Town, the Queen City, was selected for a Champions Series event. PFL Champions Series, a main event with a world title on the line, a co-main event featuring two of the rising stars of the women's division. It's all tomorrow night.
Johnny Eblen, showing the world why he is the middleweight champion.
Being considered the best in the world is what draws me in, not all the stardom and all the bullshit.
The message that I'm going to send to the world is going to be and new king in the PFL middleweight division, and an entertaining one.
He walks forward, tries to hurt guys. That's the pressure, Johnny pressure.
Johnny Eblen pulling on the pressure.
Every single guy that steps in the cage is confident against me. That's why they sign on the dotted line. I beat the shit out of them every single time.
Johnny Eblen going on the attack.
Steenis, a submission grappler with a violent style.
Johnny Eblen, get ready for a violent beating. I'm coming for your crown and I'm coming for your oath. Violent way.
You can try. I'm gonna f him up.
So PFL Africa action all weighed in, those tournament fights all set, and I feel like we're in an infomercial, Jimmy, because wait, there's more. PFL Road to Dubai Champions Series, a main event. You just saw the tease there. Johnny Eblen, Costello Van Steenis. Eblen still undefeated. He's turned away every contender, but he's had a couple of scares, and Costello Van Steenis is banking on the ability to hurt Johnny, and not just hurt him, but finish him.
That's the difference in attitude here. Johnny Eblen, when we talked to him, he has the I've been here before, I've done this before, I'm undefeated for a reason, that calm demeanor, but Costello Van Steenis has that I'm gonna upset the world, that contender mentality he's gonna need coming into this fight. And as you said, Johnny Eblen has been rocked before. He's been hurt, but we've always seen him recover. He has a champion's mentality, which means adversity just comes with the territory. He also said, hey, I've been in 5-rounders my whole career. This kid is coming into my territory. I'm just going hard for 25 minutes. Yeah, I get tired because I push for 25. He's never seen that before. That is the difference in these two fighters as far as Johnny Eblen is concerned, but Costello Van Steenis has 100% knockout power. Eblen makes a mistake, he will get finished in there. Tonight, and his O will go away, that is for sure.
Eblen versus Van Steenis by the numbers. 16 fights for Eblen, all 16 of those wins. 19 fights for Costello Van Steenis. He does have 16 wins, and you can see he actually has the advantage here when it comes to the finishing power. Eblen will tell you he hasn't fought the same caliber of guys as I have, and that's why. Well-matched main event at 185 pounds. And how about your co-main event, Dakota Dicheva? I mean, she is the proof of concept. And Sumiko Inaba thought this call was coming. She was waiting. She was getting ready because she just had a feeling that eventually everyone else would say no, and Lady Samurai would be the one who stepped in to take on Dakota Ditcheva.
There's an expression, be careful what you wish for, you might get it. That's Inaba. Why? Ditcheva has been outstanding. As I said, the story of 2024 in the PFL. When you look at her striking, it isn't just versatile, it isn't just powerful. She does things other strikers don't do, works the body extremely well, great in the clinch. But Inaba has that unorthodox style. She is very well-rounded, she's explosive, she's compact. She's going to need her whole toolkit to win this fight.
And she wants to make it ugly, which she have a hard time doing against somebody like Dakota Ditcheva. There's a look at the entire Road to Dubai Champion Series fight card featuring that main event and that co-main event. And take a look. AJ McKee is back against Ahmed Magomedov. We're hardly even talking about that. Corey Anderson stepping up to heavyweight to take on Denis Goltsov. That's a Bellator champ versus a PFL champ. Come on, Jimmy. Okay, I'll calm myself down.
Good.
I'll calm myself down.
This infomercial's going off the rails.
We'll send it over to Crystal Arnold, who's cage side with Dakota Ditcheva.
She's dangerous and she is hungry to get back into that cage. Dakota, just tell us about how motivated you are to get back after 8 months out.
Yeah, no, it's been a long time coming, and I'm in a completely different country that I've never been to before, so extra excited. Super excited to see all the African card as well going at it, but yeah, I'm just excited to get back in.
And what do you make of the Inaba challenge that awaits?
Yeah, no, it's going to be a tough fight. You know, I never underestimate any opponent. So for me, I'm excited, and it's motivated me to get in the gym, knowing how good of a striker she is and an MMA athlete. So I'm looking forward to putting on a good show for everyone.
And how different did camp feel this time around?
Yeah, it was a little bit weird because I'd been out for so long. It felt like I kind of just rolled into camp like all into one, you know, from like not training that much for a fight, but to straight into camp was strange. But I'm here, and it's been good. I've progressed a lot, and I'm ready to go.
We cannot wait. Dakota, all the best while you are here in PFL Africa. Shane, back to you.
Thank you so much, Crystal. Well, folks, we now move on to the PFL Champion Series. And to help make it official, let's bring him back out here. Ed, come on out here. Mr. Ed Lima, the director of PFL's fighter operations. Our first bout in the PFL heavyweight division between Corey Anderson and Denis Goltsov. So please welcome to the scale, from Russia, Denis Goltsov.
2024 PFL heavyweight champion Denis Goltsov holds the PFL record for most finishes in the heavyweight division, most knockouts in the heavyweight division, also fastest knockout in the heavyweight division. Jimmy, that's a lot of ways to say the same thing. This man is dangerous.
Goltsov weighs in at 240.8 pounds. And now please welcome to the scale his opponent, fighting out of the USA. Please welcome Corey Anderson.
Yeah, you can't know MMA without knowing Corey Anderson. 6 wins over current or former world champions. That's from 185 to heavyweight. Returning back to the heavyweight division.
Anderson weighs in at 239.2 pounds.
25 pro fights for Corey Anderson. 44 pro fights for Denis Goltsov. This is a battle of experience and tactics.
Ed Lima makes it official. This is your PFL Champion Series heavyweight bout between Corey Anderson and Denis Goltsov. Our next PFL Champion Series bout is in the lightweight division between Artur Zayukov and Takeshi Izumi. First up to the scale, from Japan, please welcome Takeshi Izumi.
Takeshi Izumi, still pretty early in his pro mixed martial arts career. He's got 9 fights under his belt so far, but don't let that fool you. Former Asian wrestling champion and Greco-Roman at 71 kgs. This is a man who's got the skill set to take on a Dagestani.
Izumi weighs in at 155.2 pounds. Next up to the scale, please welcome his opponent, fighting out of Russia, it's Artur Zayukov.
Did someone say wrestling? Well, that's what we have here. Was Zanukov, a member of Team Nurmagomedov, Dagestani wrestling freestyle background. It's a tale of freestyle versus Greco-Roman. Who will get the positioning in this fight?
Zayukov weighs in at 155.6 pounds.
Jimmy, what often happens when you have two guys with great wrestling, with great grappling, it becomes a striking battle. I'll sign up for that.
Ed Lima makes it official. This is your PFL Champion Series in the lightweight division. It's between Artur Zayukov and Takesh Izumi. Our next bout in the PFL Champion Series is between AJ McKee and Ahmed Magomedov. First up to the scale, fighting out of Russia, please welcome Ahmed Magomedov.
Ahmed Magomedov, back-to-back appearances on Road to Dubai Champion Series cards. Last time out, he scored a second-round submission victory over Nathan Kelly, derailed that hype train, looking to do it again against AJ McKee.
Magomedov weighs in at 145.4 pounds. And now, please welcome to the scale his opponent, fighting out of the USA, AJ McKee.
Sean, talk about a fighter I've literally seen grow up in the cage. AJ McKee started his career in Bellator, started on the big stage. That's where he's been ever since. From a fighting family, he needs to keep the legacy going tomorrow night.
McKee weighs in at 146 pounds.
Something to pay attention to here, a return to 145 for AJ McKee. He's had a lot of success at this weight class. He wants to prove that nobody in the world could beat him at 145.
Ed Lima makes this official. It's your PFL Champion Series in the featherweight division. This bout is between AJ McKee and Ahmed Magomedov. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's take a closer look at our co-main event between Dakota Ditcheva and Sumiko Inaba.
Waited like 6 months, I think, now, so I'm ready to go, and I'm going to bring a whole new Dakota for sure.
Being in this position is an accomplishment for me. Being able to test myself at the highest level, this is an accomplishment to experience all of it.
Those are big shots. It is all over.
Sumiko's a really exciting challenge. She's not a mug, she's 8-1, and I know that she's going to come to fight.
Another barrage from Inaba.
I'm definitely a striker.
Oh, no.
When I watch Dakota, I see a very dangerous striker. She's unbeaten for a reason, and that's she has her game plan, she has her fighting style, and she goes in there and she imposes that on her opponent.
I expect her to come and bring her best game. She's got nothing to lose, and that's how I go into every fight, you know. I never take anyone for granted.
Beating Dakota would be, I mean, she's the face of PFL. If I take out the face of PFL, am I the face of PFL now?
They literally want to come in and take everything I have, and that's how I have to approach every single fight. I have to protect every single ounce of my career, my life.
Expect fireworks, and you won't be disappointed on July 19th.
She's no walkover, but I don't think she's on my level. I'm going to show that in South Africa.
Ladies and gentlemen, our co-main event is a PFL Champion Series bout in the women's flyweight division between Dakota Ditcheva and Sumiko Inaba. Please welcome to the scale, representing the USA, it's Sumiko Inaba.
Lady Samurai Sumiko Inaba coming off 2 back-to-back wins. Last time out, it was a second-round knockout. She has 4 of those among the 8 wins of her pro mixed martial arts career.
Inaba weighs in at 124.6 pounds. Please welcome to the scale her opponent, fighting out of England. She's the reigning, undefeated 2024 PFL Women's Flyweight Champion, Dakota Ditcheva.
And the accolades go on and on for Dakota Ditcheva. 14-0, 12 wins by knockout, 1 by submission. An outstanding finisher, but fluid, versatile, accurate She puts on a striking clinic every time.
Ditcheva weighs in at 125.4 pounds.
Ditcheva, a huge favorite in this one. Inaba has embraced that all week long and really all camp long, ready to pull off the big upset in Cape Town.
Ed Lima makes it official, folks. This is your co-main event in the PFL Champion Series Women's Flyweight Division between Dakota Ditcheva and Sumiko Inaba.
I got her. I found her. No, don't worry about it. Sumiko Inaba, what I love about your attitude, you've been all smiles here in Cape Town, South Africa. You're taking an undefeated fighter, deadly striker. Give me the reason for those smiles. Let the crowd know.
I'm in South Africa. This is crazy. You know, I'm only just grateful for this opportunity. And with that, I love this. I love to fight. I love being here. Everything about this, I can't wait for tomorrow.
What I've heard over and over from fighters, if you don't think you're number one, this isn't the sport for you. Right now, you're taking on number one, but you're excited about it. How do you feel about this opportunity with the opponent you have in front of you?
Yeah, tomorrow, you know, I take this opportunity very serious, and I'm ready to shock the world.
Are you ready to be the face of PFL?
Hey, I like the sound of that, so yes, very much.
Hawaiian fighters always bring it. You know that, Sean.
Thank you, guys.
All right, thank you, Jimmy. Thank you, Sumiko. Dakota Ditcheva, undefeated. Everyone knows you've got a PFL belt already. And again, you're here in Cape Town, South Africa, looking to stay undefeated. You are the heavy favorite here. Sumiko Inaba says, if I beat Dakota, I get to be the face of the PFL. Your reaction to that?
Yeah, no, fair enough, but she got to beat me first. Like, she can have it if she can do it, but can she do it? We'll find out tomorrow.
What do you think is going to happen in this fight?
Yeah, I just think I'm going to showcase my skills once again. Another highlight reel and a great fight for the African fans to watch.
How have you enjoyed Cape Town so far?
I mean, I haven't been around too much, which you told me off for, but it's a beautiful place. Definitely somewhere I've always wanted to come, and I'm just very lucky that PFL have given me the opportunity to be here.
PFL Africa card, first time ever. Co-main event, Dakota Ditcheva, Sumiko Inaba. Good luck tomorrow night. Dakota, one more fight to weigh in. The Duke for that.
Thank you so much, Sean. Folks, right about now, let's take a closer look at our main event. It's for the PFL Middleweight Championship of the World between Johnny Eblen and Costello van Steenis.
I want to show you some of the things he was saying.
Okay.
I'm not only gonna beat Johnny Eblen, I'm gonna actually humiliate him. Yeah, I believe I am. I'm gonna show him how good I actually really am. Johnny Eblen, get ready for a violent beating. I'm coming for your crown and I'm coming for your own violent way.
You can try. Everybody's tried, and they don't succeed. That's why I'm the champ. That's why I have the crown. He is just very angry. He's just a very mad person.
Costello van Steenis, a submission grappler with a violent style.
It's nature. Comes out of me. I just want to finish you.
Steenis has got it!
He's doing the same thing with every opponent. My path to beating Johnny Eblen are these bad boys.
Oh, boy! Head kick at Costello van Steenis! Wow!
Every single guy that steps in the cage is confident against me. That's why they sign on the dotted line. And I beat the shit out of him every single time. Fabian was confident both times.
Johnny Eblen pulling on the pressure and the ground and pound.
Tokov was confident.
Big right hand from Eblen.
Gegard was the most confident, and I annihilated him.
And oh my!
So that doesn't change anything. What actually matters is what happens in that cage for 25 minutes.
Johnny Eblen going on the attack.
I'm gonna f him up.
I'm not one of them 16, so I'm a different guy. I'm number 17, and I'm gonna be 16-1.
Should be a very, very fun fight. I'm looking to basically put this guy in the ground.
I'm gonna beat him in a violent way.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is our main event. It's for the PFL Middleweight Championship of the World. So please welcome to the scale, fighting out of Spain, Costello van Steenis.
Costello Van Steenis coming off a couple back-to-back violent victories, looking to ride that wave against one of the best middleweights in the world. And kind of like we talked about with that last fight, Jimmy, if you can beat the best in the world, does that make you the best in the world? Costello thinks so.
Van Steenis weighs in at 184.6 pounds. Next up to the scale, please welcome his opponent, fighting out of the USA. He's the reigning, undefeated 2024 PFL heavyweight champion, Johnny Eblen. Eblen weighs in at 185 pounds.
That gold belt behind them is what is at stake. Johnny Eblen, Costello Van Steenis, 16 wins apiece, squaring off to cap the card. Main event.
Ed Lima makes it official, folks. This is your main event for the PFL Middleweight Championship of the World between Johnny Eblen from the USA and Costello Van Steenis from Spain.
Costello Van Steenis, of course, you heard what your opponent had to say. 16-0, everybody's confident until they face me. What do you have that those 16 opponents didn't have?
I'm none like them 16 opponents he had. I'm number 17, and that 16 is going to make him go 16-1.
How excited are you to not just get in there and fight, not just win, but to be the champion, to have gold around your waist, to have that dream in front of you? What does that mean to you?
It's been a long road. It's everything. For me, it's everything. I'm going to die for this, and I'm going to kill for this. That's all I'm going to say. I'm going to leave it all tomorrow. It's all or nothing.
I want to know what you told us about your nickname, the Spaniard. I know you're Dutch, you represent Dutch kickboxing, but that warrior spirit, that's why you call yourself the Spaniard. Tell everybody why.
I got it from my trainer. He didn't know where I come from. He said I look like the gladiator from the movie, so he just said, yeah. So then he said, you also come from Spain, so we're going to call you the gladiator, taking over everything. So that's what we're going to do, take over PFL and be the new middleweight champion.
You heard it. He's ready for gold. Johnny Eblen ready to snap back.
All right, undefeated Johnny Eblen. You've had that Bellator title around your waist. Now an opportunity to grab a PFL title as well. And a worthy and willing contender standing in front of you. What's your thought process right now?
Of course, bro. It's a new challenge, and I'm ready to take it on and have fun with it and beat some fucking ass tomorrow.
Let's talk about that little piece with, you made the mention, everybody's confident coming into a fight against Johnny Eblen. How do you take that confidence away as the fight progresses?
I just break them down, bro. I'm good everywhere. I find their weaknesses and I expose them.
This is a 5-round fight, potentially. Do we see all 5 rounds?
Maybe, maybe not. You'll find out tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night, main event, Johnny Eblen, Costello Van Steenis, PFL Champion Series belt on the line. First time ever major mixed martial arts has descended upon the continent of Africa, and we're doing it big at Grand West Arena in Cape Town. Thank you, Johnny. Thank you, Costello. Thank you to all the fighters, all the camps, everybody professional this week, everybody made weight. They don't want to leave the stage. They're still hanging out. We're gonna end up in the middle of something.
I'm separating. I'm staying in between these two guys, but I am not getting away with Johnny Eblen and Costello Van Steenis. I got the nerves. I got the shakes. It's that kind of card where top to bottom, I'm excited. Fights will make me nervous. They make me excited.
History will be made tomorrow night. PFL Africa. Not only is it the first time that we've seen major mixed martial arts in Africa, but it is a path to success for the fighters in this PFL Africa tournament. Bantamweights and heavyweights to start it off. We'll have a couple more weight classes as things progress. And of course, capping it off with the title fight, a world title fight between those two, Johnny Eblen, Costello Van Steenis, 16 wins apiece. Let's talk about Johnny Eblen, all right? There's always a conversation when you're talking about Bellator, you're talking about the PFL, you're talking about the UFC. Here's his career resume. It's who is the best in the world. When you're talking about the cross promotions and things like that, who really is the best in the world at whatever weight class? He trains at probably the best gym in the world, and he dominates a lot of the guys in that room. His resume is unblemished. Is this man the best middleweight on planet Earth?
You cannot talk about the greatest middleweights on earth without talking about Johnny Eblen. Also, for years, I live in South Florida. I know some of the coaches of the American Top Team. Even before it was on everybody's radar, he was the boogeyman in the gym. Like, you don't know this kid yet. He is absolutely outstanding. What he's putting on the best guys in the world is incredible. Also, you and I know there are two kinds of fighters. Fighters that have never been tested and fighters that aren't that good, right? As soon as they go 25 minutes, as soon as they have a hard fight, oh, it's not as good as we thought he was. He finds a way to win. And as you know, against elite competition, in elite fights against the big lights, you have to be able to come back. Johnny Eblen has shown that. The fact he's been rocked and he's been hurt, to me, that's a positive, not a negative.
I think he actually likes it a little bit. I think he thrives in that adversity. I think, it's sink or swim in those moments, and that's when he really starts swimming. Johnny Eblen is a problem, and Costello Van Steenis is as well. We showed you that fight by the numbers, a higher finish rate for the Spaniard Costello Van Steenis, and I think if he wants a win tomorrow night, if he wants that belt, he's going to have to get it by finish because Johnny can go all 25.
Yeah, he certainly can, but when I'm standing in front of this kid, he is a big middleweight, physical, lean, strong, powerful, and I'm looking in his eyes, I'm looking for any lack of confidence. There's no fear in this kid.
Co-main event, Dakota Ditcheva. What can you say? The superlatives all fit. Here's the career resume. 2023 PFL Europe Women's Flyweight Champ. 2024 Women's Flyweight Champion in the PFL. Oh, and by the way, there were a lot of people who said, oh, just wait until you send her against real competition. Just wait until you get her out of these protected fights. Well, she made it look easy against Tayla Santos on her way to a championship. And of course, by the numbers, 86% of those wins have come inside the distance. A lot of those by knockout. And it's not, Jimmy, just that she's able to finish you. It's how. It's the way that she mixes up her strikes. It's the way that she attacks that liver, smashes the body to open up the head. She likes to paint a beautiful, violent picture.
And look beyond the numbers. A lot of times with a fighter, you can have one or the other. You can be fluid and accurate, but you don't have that beast kind of ability on the inside. She has both. When Santos tried to come in and clinch, she beasted her right to the ground, so she has that physical power on the inside. A lot of fluid, accurate strikers don't have. She has a mix of everything, big for the weight class, good mobility, great angles. So even things beyond the numbers, you've been in the fight game for a long time, you see that special side of Ditcheva. She can do a lot of things even great fighters can't do.
If you want to beat Dakota Ditcheva, you've got to make it ugly. Samiko Inaba fully intends to do that. She's got that Hawaiian scrap in her. Will we see it tomorrow night in Cape Town? Don't forget, that's your main event, that's your co-main event, and of course we're here for PFL Africa tournament action as well. Heavyweights, and as Jimmy said earlier tonight, a lot of these guys had to cut to make 265 pounds.
Dehydrated heavyweights.
You don't see it that often, but these are big bodies, and all of them vying for an opportunity to advance to the semifinal. And then at the opposite end of the spectrum, you got the 135ers. These are the athletes. These are guys who are going to move, and they're going to be so quick, and the gas tank is going to go deep. A full kind of representation on the spectrum, Jimmy, of experience in that bantamweight and that heavyweight bracket. We're going to get a little bit of everything tomorrow night.
What I love about 135 is that FU attitude that so many of those guys have. They are representing, they all believe they're number one.
If you want to watch PFL Africa, you want to watch PFL Europe, you want to watch PFL MENA, you want to watch PFL Champion Series, here's how you do it. You download that PFL app, scan the QR code, go to the App Store, full fight library as well if you want to, I don't know, go back and see who the champions were in the past, who got that PFL Europe Championship, who got that PFL MENA Championship, how we've gotten to this point. One more look at our Road to Dubai Champion Series fight card here for Cape Town, South Africa. We've talked a lot about the main event and the co-main. The first fight on this card is two world champions squaring off against one another. Unbelievable night on deck for Cape Town, the Queen City. And by the way, the views have been exactly that spectacular. Table Mountain will be overlooking all of it. We're going to have a lot of fun at Grand West Arena in Cape Town tomorrow night. Hopefully you will join us. Sean O'Connell, Jimmy Smith, Crystal Arnold, Shane the Duke Wellington. We are all going to be there. You need to be there too. History will be made in Cape Town.